I'm a 14-year-old kid who has just received my dad's old Pixel 6 and it's better than I thought. Thanks to the extended years of OS and security updates to the power of the first generation Google Tensor chip. Does it hold up in 2025? First off, the specs on this phone are great. A 6.4-inch AMOLED 90Hz screen, Google's first generation Tensor chip, which we will get into later, 8GB of RAM, 128GB of storage, OS updates to Android 17, 4614 mAh battery, and 21-watt wire charging. These specs aren't bad, as they are still better than most budget phones on the market today. But here's the thing, the battery isn't as good as it used to be. It's a 4614 mAh battery, but batteries degrade over time. I ran a battery test on my Pixel 6 using AccuBattery, and it was 84%, and that isn't bad. But my dad took good care of his phone, so if you buy a pre-owned Pixel 6, make sure to run a battery health test, as it might be worse than 84%. Now, battery isn't the only problem in this phone. Heat throttling is a real problem. This phone's largest problem was how hot it would get. Early generations of the Google Tensor chip were demanding. They were part of the reason the phone used to heat up so much. And that, combined with the power-hungry 90Hz display, along with recording 4K video, was much of the problem. But recording 4K video was also part of the reason that many bought this phone. The camera on this is fantastic. It has been praised for how accurately it can bring out natural tones of skin color, along with being able to record 4K 60 video. But one drawback is that it has no optical zoom, so zooming in can make the visuals quite blurry. Along with that, part of the reason that this phone's camera capabilities are where they are is due to the Tensor chip. This chip powers HDR+, night sight, motion mode, faster and more accurate image processing, enhanced video quality, improved on-device AI features like Magic Eraser, Face Unblur, and Real Tone. Essentially, the Google Tensor chip powers the most advanced camera on Pixels, handling AI and machine learning right on the phone, making photos and videos look better and the experience easier to use. Beyond the camera, the Tensor chip also enhances voice recognition for assistant and recorder, enables real-time translation without needing the internet, and helps deliver faster, smoother system performance. Overall, it allows for tighter integration between hardware and software, giving the Pixel unique features not seen on most Android phones. Plus, since many tasks happen on-device itself, the Tensor chip helps improve privacy and also supporting longer software update lifespans. Hence, this phone is going to Android 17. Performance-wise, the Pixel 6 still feels fast. Scrolling through apps, browsing the web, watching YouTube, and even playing games like Call of Duty Mobile runs smoothly thanks to the combination of the Google Tensor chip and 8GB of RAM. Speaking of RAM, when the Pixel 6 launched, most flagship phones like the iPhone 13 Pro Max only had 6GB of RAM. Even the latest iPhones like the 16 Pro Max now come with 8GB. So in terms of memory, this Pixel 6 still holds up in 2025 and performs closer to today's flagships than you'd expect from a phone that is around 5 years old. Also, stock Android is super clean, with no annoying bloatware like some other Android phones. It's smooth and the UI still looks modern even in 2025, especially since it's still getting updates, including support for Material 3 Expressive. Material 3 Expressive is part of Google's design system that brings a bold and colorful look to the interface. It uses colors from your wallpaper to theme buttons, menus, and backgrounds across the system, making the feel more personal and fun. Compared to older Android versions that were more bland, the expressive themes add more vibrant colors, playful shapes, and smooth animations, giving the Pixel 6 a fresh and modern vibe even years after release. But we can't forget about biometrics. Like the iPhone has Face ID, you would think that Pixel phones also have face biometrics, and they do, but only in newer Pixels. The Pixel 6 unfortunately did not have the luxury of face biometrics, but it does have a fingerprint reading sensor. On the phone, the Pixel 6 captures a 2D image of your finger using a bright light shown through the screen. Then whenever you try unlocking your phone, it's compared to the original 2D capture. It sounds inefficient, but it's fast to unlock, only if you have dry fingers. Okay, now something that might appeal to others, but also might not be a deal breaker. Speakers. Okay, so nothing special with these speakers, just your standard stereo speakers. Here, have a here. See what I did there?
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. No, I don't wanna waste what's left.
At the end of the day, my opinion is that it gets the job done for some fairly decent speakers. Right now in 2025, you can find a used Pixel 6 in good condition for around $150 to $200. At that price, you're competing with budget phones like the Samsung A15 or Motorola G Power. And honestly, the Pixel 6 still feels more premium, has a better camera, and gets more updates than most of them. So does the Pixel 6 hold up in 2025? Definitely. If you know what you're getting into, it's not perfect, the battery life isn't what it used to be, and heat can still be an issue under heavy use. But for the price you can find it at today, you're getting a sharp AMOLED, solid performance, great cameras, clean software with years of updates left, and a design that still feels premium. If you just need a reliable phone for school, social media, gaming, and photography, and you can live without the newest bells and whistles, the Pixel 6 is still a solid choice, especially if you can snag one in good condition. This is Zippy Beam.